People were standing in line wanting to take a picture with my daddy. We used to go to Disneyland a lot of times, and people would understand how my father was able to sit here and get into the White House is because of the fact of he did a lot of charity work for unfortunate kids or kids in foster homes. And we used to go to Disneyland together with them. And, you know, he loved kids. He loved doing for the, you know what I'm saying, unfortunate. And I think that was around the first time that I actually knew how big my father was. Because where, you know, you go to Disneyland, everybody wants to stand in line, take a picture with Mickey Mouse. People were standing in line wanting to take a picture with my daddy. And I'm like, whoa, you know what I mean? I already got my picture with Mickey. You know, so I figured out like how big he was at that time. And again, like I say, you know, then I just went through losing my father. And from that point on, it was, you know, kind of like, you know, you just trying to maintain. I feel like that took me to the streets.
Yeah.
I ran to relieve pain and sorrow in a different aspect. So I ran to the individuals that probably related to me by having their father in jail or their father dying to, you know, mean gang violence or anything like that. And we formed a union. And, you know, in this time and days, you know what I mean, or that time and days, you'll say, people called that a gang. It was more so like a brotherhood of individuals that could relate with each other on our losses and, you know what I mean, feed off each other on how to grow. And, you know, I was a knucklehead, ran into some problems, some issues and situations, you know what I mean, as we all do when we're young. And then a time being, I kind of just turned and I got a studio of my own and walked in a booth. And a friend was like, why don't you just play around and sit, you know, while we waiting for these artists to come in here? And it was like, do what? So me and my brother used to take my father's songs and switch them up. And then I did that. And then individuals was like, wow, you know who you sound like? And from that point on, it clicked in my head like, hey, you know, maybe I should just take the stand of going to represent him, you know, who better to do it than his son.